thewellnesscouch.com, streaming wellness into your lives. This is Up for a Chat with Cyndi O'Meara, Carren Smith, and Kim Morrison.
Here we are, up for a chat about the hottest topics that are important to you, inspiring you to awaken the change within. I'm Carren Smith.
I'm Kim Morrison.
And I'm Cyndi O'Meara.
And welcome! Jingle bells,
jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride on a one-horse open sleigh. Hey!
People did make comment in some of the other podcasts.
They didn't like us singing?
They said, don't try again. So I apologise. I humbly apologise.
And she didn't sing, by the way. She had her mouth full of food.
Yeah, yes. Yeah. We're sitting here doing the podcast. Kim is sitting here eating.
Well, would you call that eating? She's got...
She's drinking something. What is that?
Thermos filled.
What
it's
is
a
it?
huge thermos filled with what?
It's a protein shake. It's Inca Inchi and seeds and coconut oil and chia seeds and water and almond milk, my homemade almond milk. That's what it is.
Oh, right, okay, right.
And no sugar.
And have we told everybody what you're doing?
Yeah, I think we did on the last.
Yeah.
I'm in week 6 now.
You're in week 6. Yeah.
Going well.
And
Loving
feeling
it.
good?
Feel great.
She looks great.
Aww.
Skin's looking good.
Skin's
Nice.
looking
Oh,
magnificent.
Very nice. It's nice and hydrated. Yes, it's different. It's unusual. I like it.
Finding I've got abs.
That's all she wanted was abs, by the way, nothing else. Okay. And you have no more cellulite, you said. That's all disappeared.
Until I cross my legs. But that's just... All right, let's read this chart.
Okay, yeah, let's do this. Oh my God.
What
She did
you
a
just
Carren.
said.
She did a Carren.
You're so funny. So what we thought we'd do with you guys this time round on our podcast is talk to you about Christmas, because it's right around the corner. And just before we started our recording, we were just talking about what we were each doing for our friends and family for Christmas. So I'll start because...
Yeah, because you started this whole thing.
Why not?
Yeah, why
not? I'm good at talking. So...
Did you know that, Kim?
Did you know?
I hadn't noticed, no.
No, that slipped by you?
No, I hadn't.
So I need to make it more obvious is what you're saying.
This is where you got your voice back, that's all I can say.
But I do have it back, but on the weekend I was doing my Speakers Fast Track program, and we had a room full of entrepreneurs, and of course I cracked up laughing because I think I'm hilarious. So I crack up laughing, and as I cracked up laughing I must have strained my voice, sent myself into a coughing fit, could not recover. I was out for the count. Cough, 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 cough. And then the rest of the afternoon I was like, everybody, I sounded like a 0055 number.
I love it.
Very funny. Anyway, less about me, more about Christmas.
Okay.
So I love the whole idea of a Christmas hamper. I think it's very Christmassy, it's very fun, and I really love to be able to dress it up with lots of ribbons and bows and buttons and baskets and, make it really something special. So this year what I decided to do was do a collection of my favourite things.
It sounds like a song.
Yes, these are a few of my favourite things. When the dogs bark.
You need to get me Sound of Music. Write that down.
You do. Get me Sound of Music.
We could get it for Christmas, the Sound of Music. All right, we'll do
Why
that.
not put that in my present?
Yeah, we will.
If you do, I'll be very upset. But anyway, just in case.
All right, keep going with your hamper.
Yeah, so I've decided to put a hamper together of my favourite things. So I've bought the most beautiful little baskets. Now, if any of my friends or family are listening, they're kind of going to... I'm giving it away, aren't I? Anyway, never mind. Doesn't matter. So I've bought the most beautiful baskets that are very Parisian, because Matt and I went to Paris this year and I just totally fell in love with it. So I've bought beautiful Parisian baskets, and up here on the Sunshine Coast there's a brand new factory outlet in Maroochydore called French Home. OMG. Check it out. They're on Facebook. They're in Maroochydore, Newspaper Place.
I saw that just the other day. Is that what it is?
French Home. All of their stuff is imported from France, and it's the country cottage France. But I tell you what, I mean, I walked through there and I was amazed. The furniture, the homewares, the beautiful furnishings and soft furnishings is just divine. Just divine.
All right, after the podcast, I'm going.
Yeah. So it's French Home is who they're called, and I did promise them that I would do a shout out for them, but I didn't tell them I'd put them on the podcast. So now they can owe me big time.
Yeah.
So anyway, so they've got some beautiful red and white check tablecloths and beautiful French cushions and gorgeous clocks. Gorgeous little clocks that sit next to your bedside table and things. So I'm putting a couple of those little things into the hampers. If I look at all my other favourite things that I've come across this year, food has certainly been a big push for me this year. I've never thought about food as much as I've thought about food this year. So I love the Nui Life, the coconut nectar and their balsamic vinegar. It's a coconut balsamic vinegar and a coconut vinegar. And they've also got, what else do I use of theirs? So it's the coconut nectar, the balsamic vinegar. Oh, they have a barbecue sauce made out of coconut, and it's really good.
Oh, wow. And their amino sauce as well.
Oh, that's it. That's the amino sauce.
The amino sauce, yeah. It's like it's a replacement for soy sauce.
Love
sweet.
it. Well, the barbecue sauce is kind of like the amino sauce, but a little bit sweeter because it's got more of the coconut nectar in it.
They're doing so well. I love those. They're a father and son team.
Are they really?
Yeah. I know them. I met them at the Fine Food Fair, and they are the most beautiful couple, could you call them? Father and son. They're a team. They're a wonderful team. Yeah.
Wow.
The father's got the knowledge.
Yeah.
As far as he was the one who started the whole thing with coconut oil.
Yeah.
And then the son, of course, is in the business, and he's just such this really easy-going, amazing gentleman. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you've got a good team behind and they've got good ethics, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
You can trust them.
Well, of course, I run it. If you use it, Cindy, I use it. Yeah. So I've seen it. I've seen it in your cupboard. Therefore, it is in mine. So I've got a little hamper. I've bought a whole truckload of all of that. So my family's getting one of each of those, and then they're also getting one of each of your products, Cindy. They're getting your oil. They're getting your camu. They're getting your probiotics. They're getting
surprised when you get them.
Please, mother, act surprised.
She'll be thinking, why can't I have it now?
I know she will. So the camu, the salt, the vanilla beans, because I did spy those there and just knocked a few of those off. And the greens. So uber excited, and everybody gets a copy of Changing Habit, and everybody's going to get an immune boost and a celebrate and uplift from you, because they're my faves. They're my faves because I travel so much. Immune boost,
that's number one, isn't it?
Straight in the bra. And celebrate and uplift keeps me uplifted when I'm, struggling to do that by myself. So those are a couple of my favourite things.
You do celebrate and uplift, and I do instant calm and energy and vitality.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. I'd never thought of those two, but my immune system is fairly strong, so that's why I don't think about taking the immune.
Mrs. Grills.
Yeah, Daniel Boone, Bear Grylls, eat your heart out.
Yeah.
You don't know nothing till you've met Cyndi O'Meara and seen her in a mud pool. That's all I'm saying. Just putting it out there. Robust
immune system, indeed.
Yeah.
Now, getting back to your hamper and away from Bear Grylls, or Mrs. Bear Grylls, I'm sure he'd love to meet me.
He would.
I'm sure of it.
He would fall for you, hook, line and sinker.
Who wouldn't?
I'm sure.
He's only human,
after all.
But I think that is a brilliant idea. Because actually yesterday I started an email, and it was written to you too as well. And the email was about Christmas, and that I started off by saying, and I didn't send it because I thought maybe I'm not being fair to everybody else, but I started off by saying that I have everything that I'd ever want, and there's nothing that I want. That if you do want to give a gift this year, and I gave it to my kids as well and to Howard, I gave it to everybody. And I said, if you do want to give this year, I would like you to give a gift to a charity as opposed to giving me anything. Yeah. Why you got your hands there, darling?
Because inside of everybody's hampers, for me, I've sponsored a little orangutan through the World Society for the Protection of Animals. But then I've done exactly the same thing because there's nothing I want. So I've just actually set up with the World Society for Protection of Animals and also with the RSPCA, if my family wants something more local, that they can donate on my behalf to save the animals.
Yeah. Well, I got this idea from...
Such a good idea.
I got this idea from a lady that is quite an amazing lady. Her name is Beverly Bradford. I'm sure she wouldn't mind me talking about it. But about 3 weeks ago, she came into the office and she gave me flowers. And she said, Cyndi, this is our 10th anniversary. And I went, our 10th anniversary? She said, I've been following you for 10 years.
Oh.
And it's because of you that my family's health is the way it is and the way we think. And I just want to say thank you for our anniversary.
How beautiful.
Oh my
goodness,
gosh.
that is just amazing.
I know, I was pretty blown away. And, you know, I've been in connection with Beverly because she used to live next to Anna, who's the coach of the Healthy Living Club. She lives out at the Obi where my horse is. She, you know, there's always been a connection with Beverly, but we've never really spent much time together. It's just been through emails and, you know, she's asked me questions. She sent me an email and she said that she doesn't need anything for Christmas and that she would like everybody to donate to Sunny Kids, which is, you know, here on the coast. And I donated to them this year. I bought a big thing at an auction. So I gave them quite a lot of money this year. And I just thought, you know what? I think that is the best thing because I don't want anything else.
Yeah.
I'm becoming cluttered.
Yeah, same.
Food's a great idea. Give me food. I'll eat that. That's not a problem. But I feel really cluttered at the moment. And I read this amazing story about this family in Brisbane who decided for 12 months that they would not buy anything for a year. Nothing. No new clothes, no new furniture, no new anything. They had to live on what they had. They would buy food and essentials, but nothing new. And I started to think, I feel like I need to do that because I'm feeling so cluttered in my life. I feel like I have too much. So I wrote the email and then I didn't send it because I thought, am I being unfair to everybody else, you know, that they want gifts or things like that? But... you know, so I deleted the email and let it go.
I honestly think, and I don't know if it's an age thing, I actually do believe that it is an age thing. I believe that there are certain times in our life, like when you're a child, it's all about toys and stuff. And when you're in your teens, it's all about image and clothes and
collecting.
And IT and phones. And
Exactly.
And when you're in your 20s, it's all about accumulation and, you know, getting your first home and your first marriage and, you know, all of that sort of stuff. And your 30s is all about consolidation and, you know, building, and 40s is more of the same, you know, you're building and consolidating. I honestly think through the 40s and the 50s, it's all about, I know this sounds really funny, but it's all about going from all of that collecting and that hoarding and that accumulating over all of those years to streamlining.
Yeah.
Because you realise you're so incredibly heavy and life is heavy enough as it is. You realise you're so incredibly heavy with so much stuff that to drag all the stuff around, it makes there's no room for movement. You can't, and I feel exactly the same way, and I'm a little bit younger than you are. But I feel exactly the same way in terms of you just want to strip everything back. Just enough is enough.
Yeah.
You've got enough. And I think that for people for Christmas, I think it's important that we pay attention to the person who's receiving the gift and give them what they want. Give them what will light them up. Give them what will be important to them. And if somebody doesn't want things but they want experiences, then give them experiences. Or if they don't want that and they want food, give them food. Or if, you know, like I think that that's really important to pay attention to where a person is at in their life and then meet them there.
Yeah.
By giving them a taste of you. You know, like for me and my family, everybody's kind of around my age, so I figure everybody's kind of the same as me. But I'm giving them a taste of me, so it's my favourite thing. So it's a taste of me, because we all want... for Christmas and for birthdays, everybody wants a piece of you for their present, don't they, really?
I don't know about my kids.
Oh, they do. They want something special from you.
They do want something special from me, but I give them what they want rather than although...
Yeah, but with your flavour to it.
Yeah, I do put my flavour to it because I think, well, I want them to have good quality. So, because, one's at university, it's got to last her.
Yeah.
And the other one likes good quality.
just a brat.
That's two of the girls, and then there's the surfing gear for the son, and then the stepdaughter, well, she just loves anything, whatever you give her, she loves. So, yeah, I'm finding that in our Western world, we do have so much stuff.
Yeah.
And and there are people out there that do need more than what we need. And when Beverly sent this to me, I really went, good on you, Beverly. You know, that's really something that I feel really strongly about this year. But then I when I sent it to all you guys, I then went, but then there's our game that we play. So we play a game, a Christmas game, every Christmas. And it's everybody who comes to our house for Christmas only buys one present. And one present only. It has to be $20 value, no more. You can go less if you want, but it has to be no more than $20. And then we play this game where it's so much fun. It's called the present game. So everybody puts their presents in the middle.
All wrapped.
And they've got to have a number on them. And then we have a basket with the numbers in the basket, and everyone chooses their number. Oh, no, the presents don't have the number. Sorry, the presents don't have the number. I haven't played it for a year, so I've forgotten. The presents don't have the number, but the number goes in the basket, and everybody picks a number. And if you pick number 1, you get to pick the first present. And then
everyone watches you unwrap it.
Yeah, everyone watches unwrap. Go on.
And then number two gets it, and they look at what number 1's got, and if they like what number 1's got, they can take it from number 1.
Yeah.
Right.
Or they can choose one from the middle until all the presents have gone. It's such fun stealing.
It is, isn't it? I want what she's got. Yeah. And so you go, I'll have that. And sometimes the present game can go for ages until finally we put a timer on it. We go, this is enough. Open the last present, will you? Because everyone's too scared. Everyone likes what everyone else has got and they're stealing from everybody else. So I still want to do the present game. I think, that's fun. But in the end, there's nothing that I want than to maybe give to a charity. And I felt that when, Beverly said Sunny Kids, I went, you know what, I really like the idea of that charity. I really like what this gentleman does. When he spoke at this charity that I went to, this auction that I went to, he brought tears to my eyes as to what he was doing. And all it was helping underprivileged children, whether they're in a family or not, able to do the things that other kids did. So if kids didn't have any money for a medical procedure or for a computer or something like that, then Sunny Kids was available to help them out. So, everybody can do their own charity, but yeah, that was how I felt over Christmas. But then having said that, I'm busily collecting presents for everybody else, I've already collected a heap of presents and that's where I'm at the moment. It's like, I have nowhere to put these presents, to hide them. All my cupboards are filled.
Bring them to my place.
If you got space, I keep stashing them in the back of my cupboard.
Can't guarantee you'll get them back. There's good stuff in there. Can't guarantee you'll get them back, but it's a risk that we take.
And I just want it noted to all our listeners that these two are on a very beautiful, vigilant, wonderful crusade about not needing gifts, but I have not mentioned that at all.
Just saying.
I just want you to know that I have not said one word. Do you know, for me though, Christmas, it gets such a thing on the gift or the gifts that we give that sometimes it gets lost, the meaning of what it's about, which is through one of the most heroic, I guess, acts that could have ever occurred on the planet. But for me, I love thinking about everybody that I'm going to buy a present for, and I write a list, and I really look at the things that they love and what they're about. So I've already bought you two your presents, whether you loved or not.
Oh, goodness me.
But it's little.
Yeah.
But it's little but thoughtful. Like, I really thought about you both when I got these gifts, and I'm not spending a fortune this year. My children...
So can I get you a puppy?
If you buy me a puppy, I'm going to get you an adopted child.
Oh, that changes everything.
To me, that's even.
So even.
That
I
is
could
so
not
even.
deal with a puppy right now. As much as they're cute.
Yeah, they are cute.
You can stay at my house for the first 6 months.
That means you get the adopted child for the first 6 months.
I've got 2. Anyway, but for me, it's about, if you are going to do the gift thing, it's really, to me, writing a list stops you overspending for a start. Write your budget. And the fun thing is, because, sometimes I've had it in family where we've gone, okay, the limit is $50. But I've been in a position where I could spend more. But what I've realised in buying someone more than that, then they felt bad that their gift wasn't as much as that. So I think... But then that made me feel upset that I had the money to buy that, and I really wanted to get you that cutlery set because I know you can't afford one. And therefore, it was a very weird situation to be in, but I didn't realise the repercussions of them feeling bad that they hadn't bought something of the same value. So perhaps something needs to be around a conversation before you start buying about what your intention is around Christmas or what you would love to do for people before Christmas. Maybe it is just about time, or like my birthday present this year was the best birthday present in the world from you, Cyndi.
That was an experience.
I said to Cyndi, she said, well, what do you want for your birthday? I went, time with you. And oh my gosh, ask Cyndi for time with her because you'll go to a spa.
And they got naked. They spent the day naked.
We did.
And you worked.
Yeah.
Too right I did.
Yeah, she don't. Someone had to. But I think what's beautiful about that is that, because this year we aren't as well off financially. We don't have as much money to spend this year. So I'm hoping people will understand, from my perspective, it's more about the game and finding a gift that's quite perfect for you in the budget that I have.
What about we get them E-squared?
I love that book.
Well, I did buy 5 copies.
Because because then you don't have to worry about the gift. They go get their damn own.
And more than one.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
I love it.
Shut the front door.
It is a
I
great
do like
book.
that.
Cindy, so have you bought hard copies of it?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
bought
I
a whole
did
bunch of
too.
hard copies from Hay House. Yeah.
How long did it take for them to arrive?
Not long. Less than a week.
Sweet, that's going in my hamper.
Yeah.
So that's all in my Christmas stash at the moment. I just keep
Bring it to
buying
my
things and
house.
throwing it.
Oh, that is such an uber cool idea.
Yeah, you can get the hard copy of
And
it.
then they can get their own damn gift.
Yeah. You just hope they read it. But they'll read it when they're ready to read it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Another thing for Christmas, because that was one of my things, I've spent a lot of time on book websites this year, which is Amazon and the Book Depository, Hay House. I've been looking at all of those books, and I have bought quite a few, because a lot of them are actually my gifts this year, because I'm really enjoying reading at the moment and researching and finding things like that. So that to me was one of my suggestions this year, was to look online. I'm finding, my challenge this year is, apart from my children, I don't want to buy a gift in a supermarket, in a shopping centre or in a big commercial store. I've decided this year I really want to support local. I really want to support the people around us. Go to the markets, go to the Monday,
absolutely.
Go to or come to places like Changing Habits. Already I've had a number of people emailing me saying I'd really like to get 28 little gifts because it's a local business, and I went, that's what actually spurred me, was someone else in the community said, I want to buy everything local in Woombye. So she's actually buying gifts only from Woombye for her family because that's where she lives. And I thought that's a really lovely thing to do.
That's a brilliant idea,
our
actually.
local community, because they're the ones doing it hard.
Yeah.
And books is my big thing this year, so I'm really loving
And
it.
look, even local books, like if we look at our local
Jess
authors
Ainscott.
here, Jess Ainscott.
Oh, my goodness,
Yeah,
fantastic.
her new book, Make Peace with Your Plate.
Monica Topless, who's the new chef here on the. See, I've bought all these books, and I've put
Tanya
them
Hubbard.
Tanya Hubbard. I've put them all onto our website so that people can actually see some of our. If someone wants to support some of us on the Sunshine Coast, these are the people that we're supporting at the moment. So,
Like Chocolate for Women,
Chocolate for Women.
Soul Survivor,
Oh, yes.
Changing Habits. There you go. There's 3 books, guys, that you could get presents, and we send out really fast.
Well, actually, I'm so excited because mine's just hit Kindle.
Yay! I can download yours on Kindle.
You can.
Even though I've read it hard copy.
Correct, you can.
We could just carry it with me all the time.
There you go.
That's what I love about my Kindle, is I get to carry it with me. Now there's a really good gift, is a Kindle.
oh yeah,
Oh, that's a great idea, isn't it?
Yeah, actually. Well, we're right.
Throw that in, Kindle.
Because Kindle,
how much are Kindles approximately?
well, it depends what type you get, but they can be under the $100 mark.
Yeah, I think you can get the Kindles now for about $79.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's that's a really good gift, like for someone who's really close to you. That I keep saying to Howard that I'm going to get him a Kindle because he's always running out of books. He reads so fast, and I just think, well, if I get him a Kindle, maybe he'll. Then he can carry it with him, and then he can download a book for $10.
That's such a great idea.
Oh, here we go.
And
We've already.
you can get vouchers,
that's true.
them. So you can actually buy credits for people through audible.com. So audiobooks, if you know people that like listening to audiobooks.
Can you buy credits for Kindle?
I'm assuming, why would they not? That's a massive market coming up. If you just look up gift vouchers on Kindle.
And gift vouchers with the 3 of us as well. We do gift vouchers,
Yeah,
you
we
do
do
gift
gift
vouchers, and then people can choose what they want. Look, here we go. We've got these great ideas happening for presents. And this is what I love, is that when you brainstorm something like this, so we've gone from not having any gifts
See, I knew I'd convince the listeners.
Yes.
to some really good gifts that keep giving. As
Yeah.
And it's about growth. We're all, the three of us are very committed to growth and education and constant learning. So I think, why would we not give gifts like that? One of the things I'm doing is making up your chocolate as a pack, as a gift, with one of my oils. So they've got the cacao wafers, they've got the rapadura sugar.
Oh, that's what I didn't get for everybody for my hamper was the cacao wafers.
Oh dear. There's plenty here.
Good. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
No.
It's just always about me. Actually, have you noticed?
But that's a good idea, is to make up chocolate.
But what I've done is I've got Taylor and Jacob. I'm sure all of you with kids, they're brilliant on computers, and they've done me up a recipe. So my recipe of what I do with chocolate, which is an adaptation of what you do, but I add in my roasted nuts and my I was going to say Kindle, my the goji berries and little things like that. God, I can't imagine what it's going to taste like when I can eat sugar again. I'm just salivating at the thought of it. I had a cacao wafer the other day.
Yeah, but there's no sugar in that, so you're fine.
I know,
No, that's
but
great.
it actually tasted all right.
It's sweet.
No, it didn't taste sweet, but it tasted all right. And the other thing I have to confess to, my name is Kim Morrison,
Uh-oh.
and I really like almond milk coffee.
Oh.
What's happened? I don't drink coffee.
Now, let me tell you something about coffee that will just blow your socks off. I only read it today.
What?
There are only so many foods that activate the system in the body to create its own antioxidants. So if you take vitamin C, I know we're digressing a little bit here, but
That's okay, we're allowed.
This is a
okay.
health tip for Christmas.
this is a health tip for Christmas.
Drink lots of coffee.
If you take vitamin C, you need, 1 molecule of vitamin C to soak up 1 molecule of antioxidant. So you're going to have to take a lot of vitamin C, because your mitochondria, and you have trillions of mitochondria in your body, make thousands of free radicals every single day. So that's what ages you, are the free radicals. So they've figured out what foods you can eat where the body produces its own antioxidants that soak up all those free radicals. One is turmeric, another one is milk thistle. It gets better, Kimmy, don't you worry. Another one is broccoli. So there's a compound in broccoli that has it. There was a couple of others, but I can't remember their names, but I will look them up before everybody goes. But do you know what the number one is?
Coffee.
Coffee. So 1 coffee a day will actually enhance, and taking turmeric and things like that will actually enhance. So this is real food. We're not taking pills and potions. We're eating real food. So your almond coffee, darling,
It's good.
is good for you.
Because
Yeah.
I was watching, I had lunch with a couple of girls yesterday, and everyone went around the table. It was so funny. It started off with, I'll have a plum latte.
Oh,
the next
good
one
heavens.
said, can I have a skinny flat white? The next one said, can I have a skinny latte? Can I have a... Every single one was a different drink, and it got to me, and I went, and I'll have an almond milk latte, thanks. Just to keep it going. Anyway, every one of us had something different, but I was the only one that had real milk, as in almond milk. And this place makes their own almond milk, so it was even better. But I looked at all
Were
these
you in
girls-
Mooloolaba?
Yeah, and I think, but no, Cotton Tree, Envy.
Envy.
They do their own almond.
They do.
They?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know that.
Neither did I.
But I was-
Do you know everyone overseas is going to be going, will you girls stop talking about how good your place is? You'll just have to come and visit the Sunshine Coast.
No, you know what I reckon it does? That if they're happening here on the sunny coast, they'll be in your area.
Yeah.
You just got to look for them.
Absolutely, because once it gets here, it's everywhere.
What do you
already.
think Weeper? Didn't Weeper be doing this at the moment?
Weeper?
Who's Weeper?
Oh, gosh. See, you
Weeper's
don't even
like-
know where it is.
Weeper's like a mining town at the very
Yeah.
tippiest
Of Australia. Up near the Gulf.
Right.
Up way past the Gulf of Queensland.
Wow.
Right up there. It's a mining town, yeah.
That's what happens when
I'd
you're
have
not Australian.
Yeah, no. I'd have my... Oh, speaking of Australian, excuse me, the most freakiest weather patterns we've been having
Oh,
lately.
my gosh, the storms.
The storms, the electrical things. My car got hail damage. It's the middle of summer.
Oh, did it?
Oh, she's so dimpled, it's not funny. She looks like my legs when they're crossed. little bonnet is just completely dented. I was just distraught, but I'm going off track because this is what can happen in our area though around Christmas is these storms.
Actually, that's true because it's very typical.
And I was going to say as a part of
So don't give anybody a car for Christmas in the Sunshine Coast area. Is that what you're saying?
or no, just give them a car with insurance.
Yeah.
Or is what you're trying to hint towards is give you a new car.
Without dimples.
Your car has cellulite. Is that what we're saying? Are you dropping a hint here?
Thank God they got it.
So we were talking about coffee and almond milk, weren't we?
Yeah. But what I'm suggesting though is, and because the first time I'm actually looking at getting my husband this year a coffee machine because I've always kind of like put it off. But then it was like, oh my gosh, have you ever gone in to look at a coffee machine? There's things from $50 through to $5,000, and so you can. To me, again, like everything we ever do on these podcasts, it's about researching and asking questions. And as many people have said to me in the past, if you don't know something, it's about gathering information and then making an informed decision.
Have you got a coffee machine?
No, because for me, I don't want to have a coffee at home.
You like to have go out with your kids?
I have this, to go out with Tanya, and if she's not around, or Howard, or whoever wants to come with me, Brogan's just not a coffee drinker, my son, but, my girls are, and Howard loves to go out. But that's my time to go, write in my gratitude journal, read my book, because that's what I read. I read about the coffee as I'm drinking my coffee, and I got really excited, going, well, not only is this a time for me to write my gratitude journal, but I'm actually, doing some amazing things to my body as I drink. And I have a long black. I don't put any milk in my coffee whatsoever. And I used to do short blacks, but I felt, I just ended up doing that. So...
But there's another gift.
That's me.
Gorgeous, maybe coffee vouchers or something at one of your local organic cafes or something like that. And a gratitude journal, a blank journal for someone would be a
that's going in my
beautiful
head
gift.
too.
And they're really reasonable. I got them...
You can get them at Trade Secrets.
Trade Secrets.
Or online.
Yeah. Journals are really easy. And call it the gratitude journal. And
this podcast is all around self-care and positive choices around Christmas. I think the things that we're offering here is for people to actually look at things. What are some of the things you would love to get? We also do another thing where you put on the fridge things that you would love so that you don't get shite you don't. So I say to my children, write me a list of all the things you think you would like for Christmas. Now, some of those things are quite expensive and they won't be getting them. But there's
or
no
it could
point.
be a game that
It's a
someone is an R-rated game that a son might want, but he definitely isn't getting. Just in case you're listening, Jacob, you're not getting it.
In fact, I do have a PlayStation for sale for anyone that wants all the games. And the PlayStation. It has left our home.
Oh, is that right? Is he in that much trouble? He's lost the PlayStation?
Oh, he's lost it. It's gone. And it's great. It's the best thing that's happened to our family. Some families do not suit violent games in a house, and ours is one of them.
Okay.
I actually don't think any house suits it.
I don't know. Some kids seem to manage their emotions better, but my Jacob, he just... and we all suffered, and he's such a great kid, so he doesn't need that stuff. One of my other hints and tips that I was thinking about Christmas, this has just all gone out in my newsletter, is, sometimes, I don't know about you guys, but wrap as you go. Because I can sometimes spend Christmas Eve wrapping presents till midnight.
Oh, gosh.
So for me, it's like, I would rather go and do a midnight mass or get together with friends and have a bit of gluten-free, sugar-free, fruitcake. No.
Me, I'm in bed by 8:30.
Yeah. But it's truly, some people like to go out. I was talking to some of the girls yesterday. Some of them actually on New Year's Eve, they go on, or Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve, they go and do a long lunch somewhere and have a beautiful lunch. They're all home.
Such a fabulous
They're all
idea.
home by 5. Got a little supper for dinner, and then everyone, you wake up less stressed. I think a stress-free Christmas is really important.
Actually, my girlfriend, I was talking to her on Sunday. Now, she's got 3 girls. 2 are married, and 1 has a boyfriend. So, basically, Christmas Day is here for breakfast, there for lunch, and there for dinner.
Oh,
you know?
yes.
So, what they've decided to do is they're doing... Because Christmas, I think, falls on a Wednesday. So, they're having their Christmas on the Sunday. And they're having everybody there for Christmas on the Sunday. So then all of her daughters and everybody is coming there on the Sunday, and that's Christmas Day for them.
Nice.
Then they only have to go to the other family on Christmas Day, And the two of them, she has a gorgeous partner, the two of them are just going to stay at home or go to the beach and just enjoy Christmas Day together by themselves.
Nice.
But they don't want their kids rushing off. They don't want them in the traffic. They want them home. These are young girls. They're the same age as my kids. You know, they've all been friends. And I thought that was a really good idea.
Yeah.
Have Christmas on another day.
Yeah.
We've always done that in my family. Yeah, we've always had Christmas on a different day because there are 3 of us kids with all of our own partners. And my mum and dad had not obviously, but my mum and dad separated when I was 14. So technically that's mum's place, dad's place,
Your partner's
my partner's place. And
what about your place?
well,
You know, you're having, when you
was
have stuff
never
at home.
was never at my place.
Yeah.
Never at my place. So it was always breakfast, lunch, dinner. Spend the whole day in the car, and it's been like that for as long as I can remember. Or there would be, if my partner's parents had separated, there would be my mum, my dad,
Oh, jeez.
and then his mum, his dad. And then if the parents weren't talking to the rest of the family, it'd be his mum, his dad, and then his brothers and sisters. So there could potentially be up to 6 stops in the one day.
That's a nightmare.
Nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Or what we would do is he would go his way and I would go mine. And, then, we'd have 2 cars out on the road and I'd have the dogs and whatever. But I think it's really valuable. And we stopped doing that probably about 4 or 5 years ago when my sister said enough's enough. So Christmas was just always at her place. Everybody went to her place. And if they wanted to come at different times, they can. But Christmas was on all day.
Ah, yeah.
So right from breakfast, Christmas was on. And, I remember there was this one year she had the whole day catered. She had breakfast catered, she had lunch catered, she had dinner catered because it was all too much for her to cater for everybody.
And that's the other thing is the catering side of Christmas.
Just thinking that.
Well, Christmas is at my house this year and I was actually going to bring that up because we all know I can't cook.
I thought you were going to say, we all know I'm eating a much healthier lifestyle these
Yes,
days.
well, see, for me, it's just green. But there are other people coming. So,
well, what I would do is you've got that beautiful big pizza oven that scares the hell out of you every time you go past it.
Yes.
I'd put the turkey in there, an organic turkey in there, and get Matt to do that. He can do that, and you do the veggies, and get everyone to bring salad. It's easy, and you make a dessert.
Well,
Done.
I told them they didn't have to bring anything. So,
okay.
so I can make the salad.
So you can make the salads and the vegetables, and a dessert's really easy. Your raw vegan, beautiful desserts are easy to make. Done.
They've all got nut allergies.
Oh, Joe.
This is my dilemma.
You do it with seeds.
Yeah.
You make anything you can. You can do it with seeds.
Right. Okay, so we're going to have to get some recipes from you then.
Yeah, but I think you can make it easy. You don't have to do that hard.
Because I'm just picturing this whole palaver where I'm up the night before, cooking all through the night, cooking all through the day.
You don't have
It
to.
just turns my toes.
I don't think you have to. You simply eat now. You don't eat with confusion. Like, it used to be, I remember my mother would do that, and there'd be gravies, and there'd be this, and there'd be that,
There's
and there'd be
gravies,
carving, and there'd be this and that.
Dips and chips and biscuits and breads.
Let's not take away from the people who actually really love doing that. Your mum loved being in the
she
kitchen
loved to do it, but I don't want to do it.
No, but I'm just saying...
So I make it really easy.
Yeah.
And I want to make it very easy. But my family, not my family, Matt's family, they're used to the beautiful big...
Ham,
the
turkey,
chickens and the I don't know about the turkey. I just can't get my head around that. This makes me want to cry. But they're used to the prawn and then the big ham and then the big chicken and then the big potato bacon.
Well, why don't you get one of them to bring the ham, one bring the chickens?
Last year it was all at my sister-in-law's place, and she is God's gift to the kitchen. She is extraordinary.
Ask her to cater.
No,
and you'll pay her.
No, well, she said this year it was my turn because last year was her turn. So I went, okay then. No, I'm never going to compete with what you did last year.
You don't need to compete.
Legend.
Karen, you don't need to compete. You just need to be who you are. You're not, make it, I would make it basic. I'm not going to compete with anybody who does stuff like that. I make it really basic.
If they all leave starving, hungry.
Yes, they're going to get they're going to get cos lettuce
go to
boats
the Bar Surf Club for afternoon tea. They'll be fine.
They get cos lettuce boats with minced beetroot and carrot and a little bit of mayonnaise in the cos lettuce boat with a bit of coriander over the top. That'll be lunch.
That sounds nice.
We'll bring the turkey.
You've got Matt. Matt's a meat eater. He'll get the ham.
He'll get the turkey.
Leave it to him to do the meat.
Yeah. Do let's talk about food, actually, because I feel like December seems to be a really good excuse for people to go off their healthy eating plan, stop exercising, indulge fully in alcohol, and absolutely destroy their bodies. And then Christmas comes and they continue to do it all Christmas Day, like we've just been talking, what types of food people in. Then from Christmas to New Year, you go, what the hell, I'll just keep going because I'll do a New Year's resolution. And then you do the New Year's resolution, and then, 2 weeks later, you've given up on it. Why do we do this? Why do we have strategies that help us through these Christmas parties? And we don't do it.
I wrote this in our newsletter because I did the same thing, thinking, how do we get through? And being on a detox leading up to Christmas, and we did the HCG leading up to Christmas.
Yeah, we did.
I actually think it's one of the best things because no one's ramming it down my throat. They all go, oh, don't worry about Kim, she's on a detox. I went to a big dinner party on Saturday night, beautifully catered, unbelievable food, and I'm on my detox. And so I said to the lady that was organising it, can I just have whatever greens you've got? I can eat the prawns. I'll just have those, but can you just take heads and tails because I can't quite cope with that. But can you just make it not look like a prawn? But anyway, put that on my plate, and that's what I ate. And I had my mineral water with mint in it. Now everyone got absolutely trolleyed. It was hilarious to watch, and it was so much fun watching everybody. But I left with a flat tummy, no gluten problems, no sore head. I got home that night, slept so well, woke up the next day at 4:30, went for a good 10k run, and felt $1 million. And I thought, they were all at nippers with sunglasses on. They couldn't move, they couldn't breathe. But I mean, I'm not saying you have to go to the extent that I've gone to, but what I've taken from it, I was thinking, what would I give advice to? I was watching nibbles at another function come around. Most of them were gluten. And one lady said to me, how do you refuse this? Because I actually was hungry. And I said, I'm just going to have my water. I said, I'm chewing on a bit of mint at the moment to get me through. But I said, in all honesty, if you want my advice, rather every one you're going to go for every second one then. At least go for every second one, and in between have a glass of water. And she was like, okay, I'll try that. And she said, I've hardly eaten as much as because sometimes you eat the nibbles and they're constantly coming
it's just because
at you.
It's there.
Yeah.
It's not because you necessarily want it. It's just because it's there and it's different and you didn't have to cook it.
Yeah.
But let's face it, like, I've had 53 Christmases and the same nibbles come around every year. Nothing really changes, especially if you go to a cheap Christmas party as opposed to a wealthy Christmas party, because sometimes you get a little bit different. But most of us go to the Christmas party where they put fried foods in with it got gluten in it.
Yeah.
So my advice there is that choose one that you're going to go. Like if you eat chicken and then you eat the prawns and then you eat the ham and then you eat this, you will end up with a food hangover, which is what happens. You get an alcohol hangover and a food hangover, where what happens is you eat all these proteins and all these fat fried foods and the flours and the grains, sits in your stomach, and it actually putrefies and sends out toxins. So in the morning you feel like crap. So my advice is that maybe stay away from the gluten ones, then you probably won't eat anything. But maybe choose one meat or one of the foods to just stick with. So just say, okay, I'm going to have chicken today. And when chicken comes around, have the chicken if that's what's available, and have the vegetables, because vegetables will help. Because it might be a carrot dip, a dip with carrots or something like that. That will help you digest your chicken. The vegetables will help. So it's about being a bit strategic. And as far as the alcohol goes, if you do want to drink your alcohol, choose one type of alcohol. So either choose white wine, red wine, beer, or spirits. Don't mix your drinks. Or champagne, sorry.
Champers.
Yes, champers. But don't mix your drinks. And then between each drink water. So have a strategy rather than going in there boots and all and eating everything and drinking everything and having a great time, and then in the morning, you just can hardly get out of bed because you feel so bad and you can't go for the 10k run that you did, Kim.
But I'm going to ask you both this. Is it because we're getting older? Is it because we're all a little bit more health conscious or whatever? But what is this whole Western philosophy about going out, getting absolutely trolleyed so much that it was such a great night because you don't remember it?
I hate that. I don't get why people say that. I hear that all the time.
Is it a confidence thing? Is it a
I think it's
let my hair down thing? Is it a
I think, when I think about growing up and the friends that I had, it was all about the more legless you got, the more fun you had, and the funnier it was the next day if you were super, super sick. So it was all about fitting in and everybody thinking that you were good value and you were a party animal and you were, you were fun to be around. Because you didn't hold back, you let all of your inhibitions go and you just didn't hold back. And I think that philosophy still continues as people get a bit older. I don't know, but I think the beautiful thing about what's going on now, though, is that there is a much more health conscious movement taking place. People are becoming more conscious, not as educated yet, but they are more conscious. Like, I've still got friends that are in their 30s who were talking to me last week saying, "Oh, I've got to get on that Cyndi's HCG. I've got to do that Cyndi's HCG." And I said, "Oh, why have you got to do it? Like, what's the sting behind it? Oh, Christmas is coming up." And I said, "Are you kidding me? What, are you going to do the diet just so that, what are you going to do at Christmas time?" "Oh, well, I'm going to eat and I've got lots to drink." So you're going to do the HCG now so that then you're skinny, so that then you've got plenty of room to put all the food and the drink. Yeah. And do you know, the funny thing was they didn't even see the funny side of that.
Of it, yeah.
And I've spoke to a couple of friends down in Sydney who are now on diets, and they're doing all sorts of different collaborations of detoxes and diets so that when Christmas comes, they're ready. So they're priming themselves for this onslaught of food and alcohol for Christmas.
That is one strategy.
That's a very Australian strategy, isn't it?
And you know what? When I was growing up, I never heard anybody talk about a strategy for the build-up to Christmas. I don't remember that it was necessary to do that, but it seems now there seems to have to be a strategy to deal with this Christmas. So some people deal with it that way, whereas me, I go, but I want to feel good all the time.
All the time, not just because it's Christmas Day.
Exactly. And I want to feel good the next day too. And I don't like being legless. It just doesn't appeal to me whatsoever.
Trust us, we don't like it when you're legless either.
And when have you seen me legless?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just So I'm asking you, how do you know you don't like it when you're legless?
Well, I remember at
Yes,
the age of, here we go. I was about 2021, and I was out. Oh, that's right. I'd been at work. I was in the LA area, and I'd been at work, and we were having a work party, and they were giving Long Island iced teas. I didn't know what a Long Island iced tea was.
It's an iced tea.
It's got 5 white spirits in it, and a dash of Coke. It's just a dash to look at like a Long Island iced tea. It looks like an iced tea with ice, and it tasted really good. And I sopped it back, and then I sopped another one back. That's 10 shots of white alcohol, and I didn't know what it was because I'd never drunk this before. And I just remember waking up the next morning and my work called me in at 8 a.m. in the morning. Normally I'd work at 4. And I was a maitre d', and I was always on the phone, and I would put my head on the side and nearly fall over. And that was the day I went, I don't like this. I'm never going to do that again. And I didn't. It's just something I didn't enjoy and didn't like because I didn't feel good the next day. I couldn't function as well as I wanted to function. I understand there are other people out there that are quite happy to do that, but that was just a decision I made at a very young age. And so to have the strategies coming up to Christmas, I felt I needed to give people the strategies because they didn't understand what was a food hangover and what was an alcohol hangover, and how could we avoid these so that we could continue on the next day and have a life that's, really full on and filled. So that was my thing.
Maybe it's about setting your intention too, like what is your intention? I would suggest most people listening to this podcast have quite a healthy intention with themselves, and they enjoy the looking and feeling as good as they possibly can. So, and maybe mindset comes into that too, because I'm not sure if there's many of us out there that have the perfect families that never have conflict or friends or whatever. So, let's really look at rather than dreading going to an event or a function or something like that, maybe we can set intentions about the way we're going to eat, the way we're going to drink, the way we're going to interrelate, the way we're going to, maybe there is an Uncle Frank that's a pain in the butt that does weird things that none of you like, but at the end of the day, why don't you focus now on the things that you would like about the fact that you're actually all going to be together? Because as we all know, things change in an instant. Life can change. Some people may not be here, and I know this is completely off track, but when the vet said to me that our pussycat may not be here within the year, Taylor and I were driving the other day and we both went, this is probably our last Christmas with Cleo. Oh. And it was just really weird to sit there and think, because you just take it for granted that they're there forever. You take it for granted that Grandma's always going to be there, or that Uncle Frank's going to be there, or maybe there is someone you wouldn't mind popping off. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But my point is...
Did she say that? She said that out loud.
But my point is, you can go into each of these events or these family things or whatever with a dread. But maybe this year's your challenge to actually look for the gifts. Read E Squared and look for the gifts from that event or whatever. And
good thinking.
Actually really thinking. Another thing we do as a family strategy every year, and it's always around the beginning of December, the children and I, we go into our rooms, and it's that first weekend of December is our clear out the house.
Yeah, good idea.
So any toys, gifts, books, things that they're not using that are still in good quality, we do a big clean up that weekend. Everything and anything we haven't touched within a year gets all put, and we take it down to the Salvation Army. And I love watching the children do that because they are very privileged, my children. I feel like we lead an exceptional life compared to so many people out there. This year we could possibly be in Delhi for Christmas, so being in a place like India is a very humble place to be. Particularly, they don't really celebrate Christmas the way we do, so it's just interesting when you're overseas. One of the ladies yesterday, she said, you're all going to hate me when we're all asking each other what we're doing for Christmas. She's going to be on a cruise with 3 families going around the Caribbean for 5 weeks.
Oh, wow.
And I went, wow, that's an amazing Christmas. Maybe this Christmas set an intention for 1, 2 or 3 Christmases time with the people that are really special to you, that because you could sit here and
invite us.
Well, yeah, but
we're
absolutely
needs. But we could all sit here going, wouldn't that be lovely? 5 weeks cruising around the Caribbean, going to, I don't know, wherever else she was going in America, Florida and whatnot. Or we could all go, why couldn't we do that in 3 years' time? Rather than looking at all the have-nots and it's unfair and I can't afford, into let's make it experiential, let's make it food gifts, let's make it time vouchers, things like that.
Let's have strategies and intentions to get through this so that you don't have to make that New Year's resolution.
Well, yeah, half the time we all say, like you said before, I'm going to build up ready for Christmas. So I can
trash myself over Christmas. Yeah.
And then when New Year's comes, you're thinking, I feel like a fat fart anyway, who cares? You actually go into a little bit of a spiral if you really think about it. If you show no care for the 4 weeks of Christmas or the 4 weeks leading up, well, actually, that's your underlying philosophy.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in that, and I think that same mentality is probably what permeates through the entire year. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything in my book, and if that's the mentality that you're going to do that to prepare for Christmas, well, you're doing that all year anyway. And no wonder things are not working out the way that you want them to. And I think I used to be like that. I used to be like that because I used to think, okay, well, Christmas is coming up, and I've never been a big meat eater, but I have always fancied the old drop of bubbles. It must be a fabulous drop. Only Verve, or the mum, really fat.
Or Dom.
Yeah, yes, okay, we'll slip some of that in there. We'll slip that in. But I think that I think it's important. There's value in consistency and there's value in variety. So I think there's value in having a consistent mindset in the context of I don't plan to trash myself, my family, my body, my environment, my day. I don't plan to trash my day just because it happens to be Christmas Day. And then there's also value in variety. So if you want to have variety just because it's Christmas Day, if that has some significance to you in some way, shape or form, then add variety. But not at the cost of trashing yourself or trashing your family or trashing anything in your life. What's the value of that? There's no value in it.
Have either of you ever gone out for Christmas?
No.
Have either of you ever had, where you've decided not to cook this year and you're all going to go and book in at a restaurant for the year? Because that was another thing that people like to do, where they don't have the stress of Christmas and
it's
you make
worse,
it a bit of a treat.
I found it worse because the restaurants are just so jam-packed full of people with children running around screaming. It's very uncivilised.
Actually, we did it one year. One year we did it. We went to Dinner Plain. Now, Dinner Plain is a mountain village where in the summer there might be 200 people who live there. And in the winter, there'll be 3,000 people that live there because it's in the ski fields. So I remember us going this one time, and I had bought like $1,000 worth of food at the bottom of the mountain to bring up to last us weeks and weeks, as including Christmas, including the turkey, including everything. And across the road from where we were staying, there was a lodge, and they were offering Christmas dinner for $25 per head.
Oh, wow.
And I just said to my husband, I'm not cooking turkey. I am not cooking this whole thing and serving up for everybody for $25 a head. We're going over there. So there were 3 families, and because it's such a small town, we went in there. We had the best Christmas.
That would have been fabulous.
Absolute best Christmas. I did nothing. Everyone else did stuff for me, and I must admit that was a really special Christmas. So then I had the turkey to cook, and we just had it as cold cuts rather than me doing the potato and the gravy.
But the pressure of it all.
It was wonderful.
That's an experiential Christmas, isn't it?
It was.
It's so memorable and beautiful.
Yeah, it was.
We've got friends,
that's the go.
We've
That's
got friends that are going to Canada for Christmas, the whole family, and they're all on the countdown, 26 sleeps to go they've got at the moment, and doing things like that, getting away. In fact, that's partly why I'm excited we could be in Delhi or Dubai, depending on Danny's work. I love doing something completely different. But then there's a little part of me that's going, my family and you guys and all that. But I think
home.
So there's my other thing. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, be in that moment, and don't pine for something where you're not, because otherwise you'll miss out on the magic of where you are. So I think there's experiences to be taken from everything that we do, and I think part of that for me, self-care, the one thing I find over the holidays and things like that is it is time where we'll put on a mask and we'll go and do an exfoliation with sand down at the beach and nothing like a sand wedgie, but or you
sounds
might
a little harsh.
It is. Or you might get your girlfriends together and like for us, remember, we've done cooking days over the holidays where we actually get our thermies out and we create for the year ahead. I mean, we did our chocolate cookbook last Christmas.
Was that last Christmas?
Last Christmas we created that to go out.
Wow.
And I was thinking this year, I wonder what I like to think I can create something over Christmas and contribute to my family. Like there's a website called Blurb, BLRURB.com, where you can actually make your own books. So some of you, a great gift idea, I've done this before, where you've been on a holiday with a certain group or with family, or you're really close to someone, you can actually do a book up about that person. And I tell you what, those books have such meaning for people. We did one for my mother's 60th birthday and had all the grandchildren write messages, all her friends, and they all came to me, and I put it all together with photos into a hard copy book.
Oh, beautiful.
And she said that was the best gift of all.
So what's the website?
Blurb. BLURB.com. And then there's, of course, Apple, that you can do calendars, you can do...
calendars is a good idea,
yeah, you can do things like that. And the other thing is, this might sound a bit woot-woot, but you sit down, if you've got an elderly person in your family, one day sit there and ask if you could have the tape recorder with them and ask about their life. Ask where they lived, what they loved most, what's their best Christmas. Ask the most incredible questions that you think you'll ask next time you see them. Because I tell you what, when they've gone and you play that tape over again and you hear their voice talking about their stories or their history or where they've been. I mean, I found out my grandmother had lived in India by asking these questions. I had no idea. She'd never told me. I'd never thought to ask until my daughter had a project where she had to ask her grandparents, and she had great-grandparents at the time, about their life. And so we did it together, and I was so grateful, and when the kids were little, like tape recording, how many times do we take videos on our iPhones and things like that? My brother, our holiday that we had last Christmas down in Sydney, we had a 3-week, I don't know if I shared it last year, we had a 3-week holiday in Sydney on a budget where we all decided we were not going to spend a lot of money. We were not going to go to movies. We were not going to go to malls. We were not going to... It was all about... And so we all got skateboards. It's hilarious. Me skateboarding in my 40s.
I remember the videos.
Yeah. But all around my brother is all these paths and tracks, and we'd play cricket in the park. The kids had a ball. We ice skated. No, we skateboarded all around these things, and we all got better and better and better. We went on bicycle trips because we didn't have enough bikes. three of us with bikes would tow the other three on the skateboards, and we went out to places like the ANZ Stadium on a Sunday when there was nothing on, and we all skateboarded through the car parks. The kids still talk about it, and little did I know, Aaron was videoing lots of pockets of this. And at the end of that holiday, about a month after we all got home and we're all back into school and everything, he sent us this
how
video
wonderful.
that he'd put together on iMovie of our holiday. And I just went, oh my God, that was the best holiday, you know. So to me, Christmas is the magic of experience. It's the magic of intention. And I love the gift giving and gift receiving. But I do really love thinking about the people I'm looking for with the intention in my mind, with my budget. You know, when I had money, I didn't have a budget.
But you see, this is the thing, this is the point that you raised that I think is so valuable, is that when you say no money and you don't spend the money, you go looking for experiential Christmases, like your $25 one, and like your holiday, you know, down in Sydney. And you actually remember the beautiful things about life. And actually being in life and participating in life rather than buying life. I don't know if I'm getting the point across, but I think we've become so desensitized to the magic of the simplicity. I really think we have. Like, to be able to skateboard,
I know.
How uber cool would that be?
My mum fell off the skateboard and she really hurt herself, and we thought we were going to have to take her to the hospital. And the neighbour is a doctor, and he said the biggest injuries we had in December, January.
Oh, yeah, go on.
I thought you were going to say pride.
Yeah, I thought pride.
The biggest injuries are broken bones of adults trying to do children behaviours or children
Is that
things.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
So learning to surf, skateboarding, rock climbing, you know, all of those activities, water skiing, you know, all of the horse riding. So just be careful. The experiences are great, but just be aware.
Okay, walk. Everybody walk. Shoes on, walk.
But yeah, I think Christmas is such a special time of year, and if you don't have your family around you, then, you know, because let's remember there are a lot of people out there that Christmas is the loneliest time of year. And maybe the one thing I'd like to finish on is do one random act of kindness for a complete stranger.
It's a good idea.
That you don't know about. Like,
Do you know what I think would be a fabulous random act of kindness? Get a little MP3 player, subscribe to Up for a Chat, download all of our podcasts, and give that to people that you don't know, and give that to people that you do know.
What a great idea.
Absolutely. Subscribe to Up for a Chat, because then nobody's ever alone. They've always got us.
You lucky souls.
She is hilarious, I've got to tell you.
Don't you think? I mean, you can just go and get it on
Because for a lot
eBay.
of people, understanding how to do podcasts and all that, I know all of you listening have obviously got the knack of it, but there are a lot of people out there that would love to listen to this, but they think it's in the too hard basket.
Oh, absolutely. Even just a seminar that I did on the weekend, I asked who listens to Up for a Chat, and there was half the room, and the other half said, what's Up for a Chat? I said, it's on iTunes on podcasts, and they said, what's a podcast? So I said, so not only do we have to teach you technology, but business as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's I think it's a great idea. You can get a little MP3 player for $15. Even $10 you can get them at Officeworks. Little MP3 player, download, subscribe to Up for a Chat, and the person's got them there with them all the time.
I do like that idea.
I think it's a really fun idea.
There's actually heaps of good shows on the Wellness Couch. There's actually a number of them. You
all
put
of
them
them.
all in there.
Yeah.
What a great idea.
And, you know, random acts of kindness, as you were saying, Kim, I was listening to a radio show that was talking about random acts of kindness, and this lady was saying that she'd filled her car up with petrol and she had kids in the back, and her credit card was maxed. She had no money to pay for it, and she's scrounging everywhere to look for it. And this gentleman came up to her and gave her $50 and said, fill your petrol up. So she was looking for the money that she could use in order to put, you know, fuel in her tank, whereas he just said, here's $50, fill your tank up.
I love doing that for people. I've done that in cafes where someone behind me is standing there and I can hear what they're ordering. I did this a while ago. I haven't done it. It's just reminded me. And I went, whatever they're having, I want to pay for it, because they were really sweet. I was listening to, they were totally gorgeous, this couple. And I went, just know that when they go to pay for it, and don't tell them I've paid for it, just say it's been paid by one of the patrons in here. I still wonder to this day if they think, I wonder who paid for our meal. It was such a cool thing.
But it's so nice. I love that idea, actually. Let's everyone do a random act of kindness and write it up on the Up for a Chat Facebook page. Let us know what you've done and what the result was. And even if you don't know the result, it doesn't matter. Let's just see what you've done. And let's see how many random acts of kindness we can get on our Up for a Chat page.
Oh, wow, what a great idea. Random acts of kindness for Christmas.
Yeah.
Aww,
Love
that's
it.
Great.
I love it.
Random acts of Christmas kindness. That's so uber cool. Yeah. Let's do that. So your challenge is on, listeners. The challenge is on. Okay, so we hope that you've enjoyed our podcast. I think it's been quite fun for us to even just do a brain dump of all the things that we're doing for Christmas, but to also have somebody that you can brainstorm with and come up with some new ideas. And I love the gift that keeps on giving.
Well, I've just got a list a mile long.
I know.
Now.
Yeah, same here.
We've all been frantically writing.
Okay, so the competition's on for us too. So we're included in the random acts of Christmas kindness.
We are doing it.
Very cool. Oh, I've already got it in my mind.
Oh.
Okay, so join us here next week.
It's a rack.
It's a rack.
Random
Acts of Christmas kindness.
Rack.
Rack.
Random act of Christmas kindness.
Yeah, it's a rack.
You've got a great rack too, just going for it. She's got a very low cut top on and looking quite hot.
She is actually.
So what's your rack? Let's go there, shall we? Sorry, carry on.
Write your rack on our Facebook page and all the W's. facebook.com/up for a chat, or you can also write your rack on thewellnesscouch.com/up for a chat, and join us here next week on Up for a Chat and become part of the ripple effect that's changing the world. We'll see you on the ride.
This has been a production of thewellnesscouch.com. Check us out on Facebook and join in the conversation on facebook.com/thewellnesscouch. Subscribe to each show on iTunes and check us out on Twitter. The Wellness Couch, streaming wellness into your lives. Whilst the Wellness Couch presenter endeavor to provide accurate and helpful information to their listeners, these podcasts cannot take into account individual circumstances and are not intended to be a substitute for health and medical advice from a qualified health professional. You should always seek the advice of a qualified health professional before acting on any of the information provided by any of the Wellness Couch podcasts.